For today, we're playing Spider-Man Remastered with the ROG Ally, and we'll start it off at 1080p at a mix of medium and high settings. So we're starting it off at 15 watts, but I will do 30 watts as well as we go, and at 720p, I'll bring it down to 10 watts as well. Time for the settings. Let's go to display and graphics, again at 1080p, and here we are with a mix of medium and high settings. There we go. Cool, and let's start counting the FPS. So far in the high 20s and the mid 20s, not great. And the game is stuttering here and there as well. Going to Central Park. This area is one of the heavier ones in the game. It's not the most intensive, but it's definitely up there. And yeah, the game is definitely stuttering and falling down into the low 20s. So yeah, all around at native 1080p, the game is not playable at 15 watts. So let's pause it here and enable FSR and try again. Now using balanced FSR, let's see if the game is playable. Much better, guys. This is much better. We're starting it off in the mid 30s. Let's go. The mid to low 30s. The game isn't stuttering as of now, which is nice. But I'll go back into Central Park and see. Ooh, the stutters are back. Never mind. The game is stuttering still. I think with an FPS cap of 30, it should do much better. Alright, back into Central Park. The FPS did fall down into the high 20s for a second. But it's stabilizing in the low 30s. And yeah, the high 20s. But yeah, I'm definitely seeing a lot of stutters as we're swinging across the park. So at this point, I think the game is playable, to be honest. I would ideally use dynamic res at 30 FPS. So that way, the game will adjust the resolution as needed. And the FPS will be locked to 30 as well, instead of going up to 40 and then lagging and falling all the way down to 30. Time for 30 watts. Let's see what this bad boy can do. Okay, finally down to 30 watts. Okay, we got some crime happening here as well we can help out with. Let's go, why not? I did keep FSR enabled because it does look so nice at 1080p. There's really not much point in disabling FSR. It's just free FPS. Oh, the snipers, hold on. Let's go up top. And for our FPS, guys, we are sitting in the 50s and the high 40s. That's pretty good. It's almost the 60s. We're very close to it. Broke his neck. Wait, another guy. There's 4 of you up here. And you're done. Alright. This next guy, I want to push him off. Let's go over here. And let's pull him off. And then his friend. Go up top again. And pull him off. No, that's his gun. Pull him off. Okay, as if, man. Let's go again. Pull him off. There we go. See? It's easy. Okay, well anyway, let's fly towards Central Park. I'm getting sniped. Come on, man. So yeah, in the fight, the FPS was in the 50s. And now swinging around the city, we are sitting in the mid 40s and the high 40s on average. Not bad, but we did get some stutters here and there as well. As you guys can see on the overlay, I am using 4 gigs of video memory on the Ally, and it's all being used up here. So I think I'm going to back out, restart, and use 6 gigs instead. Alright guys, I'm back after a restart, and as you guys can see, we're using 5.4 gigs of VRAM now, instead of 4. And yeah, in the park guys, we are sitting in the low 40s, and it goes as high as the low 50s at times. But I can't lie though, I haven't felt a single stutter yet. The game is very smooth. Can't feel any stutters at all. Alright, cool. Let's pause it here guys, enable ray tracing, and go again. Time for some ray tracing. Let's enable it, and let's use the high preset. Wow, we are sitting in the low 30s and the mid 30s. And we're using up all the video memory again. That's unfortunate, but I'm going to leave it as is, because I think it will do fine. So yeah, 30 FPS just barely. That's pretty impressive, to be honest. I won't lie, that is pretty cool. But I think I will use dynamic res instead. So let's pause the game and go to display and graphics, go all the way down and enable dynamic res at 30 FPS. Now, although the FPS is sitting in the 30s, I believe in the homeless shelter, which you do go through a couple times in the campaign, the FPS will fall below this because it's far more intensive than what you see in free roam. So keep that in mind. So yeah, there we have it. With RT enabled, the game is still playable at 30 watts. It's now time for 900p with no FSR and no RT. It's sitting at 27 FPS pretty much, /28. But let's go back to Central Park, which I believe we fell down into the low 20s. So let's go back there again and see if it's the same case. And in the park, guys, we're sitting in the mid to high 20s / the low 30s. Again, the main issue here is the stuttering. It is just far too much. And with FSR enabled, guys, we are sitting at 40 FPS on foot. And if I go into the sky, we're sitting in the high 30s and the low 40s still. That's pretty good. And in Central Park, we are sitting in the low 30s and the mid 30s. Time for 30 watts, guys. And we're now sitting at 50 FPS. And it goes as high as the 60s. Ooh, almost the 70s here. That's crazy. There we go. We are going absolutely insane in this section. And so far, guys, there's been no stutters. It's very smooth. Throw this away. And you're done. Boom. Last guy. Boom. Just like that. And boom. There we go. That was easy. Are we done now? Guess not. Okay, I'm done. I'm not doing all three. Sorry, guys. I've got to go.
Bombs are still live, Spider-Man. We need you.
Yeah, do your job. What? Alright, anyway. Let's go towards Central Park. And see what the FPS is down there. And now in the park, we are sitting in the low 40s. All the way up into the low 50s. It's not very stable, sadly. It can fall and climb as it chooses. Oh, we had a stutter there. I definitely felt that. Alright, we got RT enabled. Let's jump back in. I'm hoping for 40 FPS, but that might be too much. Wow. So far, so good. 47 FPS while we're on foot. Sitting in the low 40s and the mid 40s. I couldn't swing there. That is pretty impressive. The game looks very sharp at 900p. And performance is, again, amazing. I want to help you guys out. Why not? I'll actually help this time.
Don't worry, I'll make sure y'all get a ride back to Rikers.
Ooh, that was kind of laggy there. Get punched. There we go. Look at my power. Ooh, one tap. He's getting brain damage. Nice. And last guy. Yeah. What's up? What's up? There you go. And the day is saved once more. I think it's time for us to back out, guys, and play at 720p at 10 watts and see if the game is playable at all. Let's go. Now, lastly, at 720p at 10 watts. The game looks decent still, I won't lie, but this is just straight up unplayable. We're sitting at 20 FPS at most, with dips down to like 15 FPS. I'm not surprised. Let's pause it here and push it up to 15 watts and go again. We are sitting at 40 FPS and going as high as the 50s. That is fantastic. Can't feel any stutters. It is so smooth. Alright, Central Park. Are we able to hold 40 FPS? Not really. It does fall down into the mid 30s, but that's alright. That is definitely alright. The game is still very playable and feels smooth enough. And lastly, at 30 watts, our FPS is a bit higher. Again, in the mid 50s and the low 60s, but it's not very stable. If you are playing at 30 watts, then I would realistically play either at 1080p or at 900p. If you do want to get more frames, then 900p is your move. But if all you care about is clarity, then choose 1080p. Okay, guys, I think that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for the next video. See you guys there.